Hello everybody, Scorch Inéz here. Hi Facebook, hi everybody out there. It is Friday and I want to talk to you guys about some more addiction recovery stuff. And again, if you're out there struggling with addiction, there's lots of help out there you can get, and my heart goes out to you. And with the right treatment and with your right mind frame, you can beat any addiction is basically the answer. And if you're not struggling with addiction and you have this incredible balance, my heart goes out to you also, because balance is, of course, the most respected thing in the universe. I'll talk to you guys a little bit today about myself and what I stand for and what's going on with Scorch Inéz, okay, and how I came up with the name and all the stuff that's, answer a couple questions out there for people who are like, what in the world is this Scorch Inéz guy? He's got a mustache on, he's, abs out. What is the deal with this guy? So I'm going to explain to you guys so you guys can really understand what is actually the deal with Scorch Inéz. All right, so I suffered for a very long time with addiction. Addiction was my best friend, it was there whenever I wanted it. It was something that I personally relied on. For a long time, that's all I knew, that's all I cared about. Nothing came between what I wanted, okay? So when I wanted to get fucked up, there wasn't a job, there wasn't a family member, there wasn't a girlfriend. Like I said, nothing came between what I wanted when that's what I wanted. So that was the old me, that person I had to cut ties with. I had to say, bye, old you, I'll see you, hopefully never. I mean, basically never is the answer. But I gave that person a last hurrah kind of deal. And when that old me dissolved, which happened instantly, I had a rebirth in my reality of sobriety, and Scorch Inéz was the person that was reborn. An incredible guy. I'm glad you guys are here to actually witness it, and so am I. And so the first word, Scorch, let's think about that, that word stands for a lot for me, actually. It stands for what it took for me to overcome addiction, how society had this huge dark cloud over me that I had to basically perform to, and over a long time it really wore me out. And so in all respect to myself, I was a victim, right? And to realize all that is how I came up with that name, per se, if you can think about it that way. So Scorch really is all of those social ties and all of those, everything you hear in music, all the stuff you hear about going out, hooking up with hoes, and all this stuff that you hear, which is like this total stereotype or total false reality of what life really is. So Scorch was the old me who got burnt to death by all of that stuff. And I mean it, burnt to death from drugs, from partying, from chasing women, from being misled and misguided, which was my fault in a way for not knowing what was right from wrong, which I do know right from wrong. And that was that. So that's the identity. Is Scorch is a person who's been burnt to a crisp. It represents everybody out there. It represents everyone. It's not just me. So that name itself represents everyone, okay? And Inéz is the Spanish or the Greek word for little girl, the gift little girl, which I'm going to touch on right now, because that word Inéz and that gift little girl is actually my daughter, who is that little girl who I had to have answers for, who I had to look into her little eyes and say yes or no, and be able to guide her. So that's how that goes together. Now, in my reality, that's a beautiful thing to live for. I'm living for that false reality of life, and I'm living for, of course, myself and that little girl who I had to raise myself, which I'm raising myself right now. So that's what that means, all right, guys? And I hope you can appreciate it. I hope it means something to you, because it means a lot to me. And that's what that's about. Now we got that out the way. Hi everyone, I'm Scorch Inéz. All right, I'm a sober coach. I'm a recovering addict and recovering alcoholic, and just basically all of those things combined. That's what Scorch Inéz is. Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys about